my great challenge. Welcome back to my channel and a cooking video. Actually, this was a request a couple of weeks ago, or maybe it was last week, I can't remember. I mentioned a cooking recipe and a cooking book that I had received as a gift from Scott's step-grandmother, Martha. And that was the book from the Prospect Presbyterian Church in Ohio. And I don't know if you guys know, if you're not in the US, there's a lot of those, you know, where all the ladies from the church put a book together and they share their recipes, and you can purchase the book and you end up having all their recipes, including desserts, and the money goes to church. So it's a good thing. There's a lot of church cooking books out there. This one in particular, I ended up getting it because of that Ritzy chicken recipe, which is something that Martha made many times, and every time I went to Ohio for a visit, she always made sure that she made the Ritzy chicken for me because she knows I love it, and the kids love it too. Scott does too. It's really like one of those family recipe that we keep on making. So I'm gonna make it for you today. It's a vintage recipe. There's updated version of it now. You can go online and find all sorts of different Ritzy chicken recipes. I'm doing a little modified one because I'm adding a couple of ingredients to it today. But the reason why I'm really doing this, other than somebody asked for it, is this baby right here. If you know me, you know what this is. And this is the find of the year at the thrift store. At the Presbyterian thrift shop, I found a 5-quart Dutch oven in the pattern that I collect, the Spice of Life. This is Corning Ware, but it's not just any Corning Ware, it's the RangeTopper Corning Ware, and I have never seen one before. I paid $8 for it. Just go online and find out how much they really are, and you'll understand my excitement. Other than adding a piece to the collection, I just love Corning Ware. Corning Ware is, as passé as it sounds, is the best cooking pots and pans you can find. It really is. They last forever. They don't scratch. You can put them in the oven, you can put them on the table, you can put them in the freezer directly without having to get them to, you know, cool down or anything. No problem whatsoever. They don't crack. They clean beautifully. This one is from the 70s. I mean, hello, it's like brand new. Yeah. Why did they come up with the RangeTopper? They did it because they started doing the electric coil on your stove. Most people had gas for their stove, and then when they came up with the electric, people who were using Corning Ware felt that the electric wasn't all that great because it was giving them hot spots on the bottom of the pan. I guess ladies didn't like that, so they came up with the aluminum bottom, which they called the RangeToppers, and there's only 6 pieces or 7 pieces that they did. Most of them are sauté pans, or you know, like regular pans, or maybe like a skillet, but that's the only one they have as a casserole. So I'm super excited of finding it at the store, and it has the Corning glass top, not a Pyrex glass top. It's very exciting. I know you don't get it. That's all right. So I am going to Christian this baby, even though it's not brand new. It's almost 40-50 years old, and it's in, I mean, look at this. Look at how old it is. It's my age, and it's like never used. Unbelievable. Anyway, they cook beautifully. They look great on the table. I just can't say enough about Corning Ware. So moving right along, I'm going to do Ritzy chicken. It's basically a cream of chicken casserole with Ritz crackers on top of it. What's the big deal? Well, it's delicious. How about that? It's a great meal for the kids, for the family, like on a winter. It's super hot outside. It's really not the day to do that, but I have to use my Corning Ware, so we're gonna do that today. It's great comfort food, and I'm telling you, it's always a winner at the table. So what do you need? Let's look at the ingredients. And again, I am doing this as a little modified version. All right, so you're going to need 4 chicken breasts, and these are on the bone. You have to have them on the bone. Well, you don't have to, but we're gonna cook them on the bone, and then we're gonna pull apart the chicken. That's what makes it really good when you cook it with the bone. You're going to need 1 can of cream of chicken soup, just 1 can. You'll need 8 ounces of sour cream. You can do the low fat if you want. I'm doing the full sour cream. By the way, I'm not eating this tonight. I'm having a salad. This is really just for Scott and the kids. But 8 ounces is all you need. Onions, I already bought them pre-chopped, okay? So just 1 cup. That's just to cook the chicken in. I have flat leaf parsley from my garden. We're gonna use that as well when I'm cooking the chicken. I'm going to use 1 cup of vegetable stock. If you want to add chicken flavor, which you really don't need to, use chicken broth, but I have vegetable stock on in the fridge, so I'm going to use that. You'll need some butter, about a square inch of plain butter. A couple of tablespoons of olive oil. This is just to basically saute the chicken. Of course, you'll need some salt and pepper. And the last ingredient is Ritz crackers. That's why it's called Ritzy chicken. So I'm just going to go ahead and start melting my butter and add the equivalent of about 1 tablespoon of olive oil. And I'll do about a half a cup of onion. Don't want a lot of onion, just enough to give some taste to my chicken. And to that I'm adding chopped flat leaf parsley. And I'm just going to let my onions brown a little bit. Then I'll add the chicken, salt and pepper. But we're not there yet. So they did the aluminum bottom again because of the electric coils, but also supposedly to help diffuse the heat a little bit more. It does diffuse with the aluminum, it does diffuse the heat 60% better. I personally don't think it's going to make much of a difference. I've never had any problem with heat diffusion using gas. So I'm starting to see a little bit of gold on my onions. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put my chicken breast in there. So here's the first one. And here's the second one. And what I'm going to do is basically let them brown on both sides. I'm gonna add some pepper. And a little bit of salt. And basically all I'm doing now is browning my chicken on all sides. Then I'll put the lid on and I will let it cook. So now I've browned on my chicken breast on all sides, and I'm just going to leave it that way. Turn the heat down just a tiny bit, cover, and this is going to cook a good 40 minutes. We'll see what happens in 40 minutes, if it's cooked through or not. So midway through cooking, I turned the breasts the other way around, and I am leaving the lid slightly open just so that I can get the juice evaporate a little bit. When I add the vegetable broth, at that point I'll deglaze the whole thing, but right now I just want the chicken to cook. So you know, you guys, I'm not a great cook, but I do enjoy cooking. I do enjoy, especially with my Corning Ware. So I was thinking, how about making it a whole series, like a playlist of vintage kitchen, you know, vintage recipes. There's a lot of people getting rid of their old cookbooks. I have been getting rid of cookbooks, but if I had like 1950s, 1940s cookbooks, I probably would make those recipes because I like vintage stuff. So Scott and I were thinking about it the other day, like maybe I should start making Jell-O molds. See what the kids have to say about that. That would be something. So let me know down below, like vintage kitchen, would you be interested in that kind of cooking? I really enjoy it. And I tell you what I enjoy the most is real recipes, not stuff like from, you know, big chef and stuff like that, like church recipes, old granny recipes. I love that stuff because it's real home cooking. It's not complicated, it's wholesome, you know, it's how people used to feed their family, and I don't see any problem with continuing that tradition. Why make the kitchen complicated, really? Anyway, it smells really good in here, I gotta tell you. I'm just waiting. I'm waiting, and what's gonna happen basically is I'm gonna pull out the chicken and I'm gonna separate it into chunks, and then I'll mix the rest of the ingredients and put it back together, cook it just a tiny bit so that it gets all together, and then it goes in the oven. That's it. It's very easy, really. I mean, look, I'm like I'm waiting for something to happen here. See, easy cooking. It doesn't have to be complicated. Like, really, we overthink what's for dinner. We really do. So it's pretty much cooked at this point, and what I'm going to do is take the chicken and put it to the side because I have to pull it apart. So let me drain it as much as I can here. Whoops, let's not drop it because I have a dog that will go straight to it and eat it even though it's super, super hot. Okay. This, I'll leave it alone for now, not touching it. So basically what I'm doing now is pulling my chicken apart because it's cooked, and I'm breaking it into pieces. It doesn't have to be, you know, perfect little cubes. So here's my pot, and I'm going to show you the bottom of it. It's pretty much deglazed already, and quite frankly, I don't need to use vegetable broth. I have enough juice in here. So I'm just going to go ahead and add my can of cream of chicken. It's a concentrate, right? When Campbell came up with all sorts of soups, not just the tomato soup, they had a recipe book, and a lot of the recipes required for you to use the cream of chicken or the cream of mushroom. So I'm turning my heat back on because I'm going to mix my ingredients, and then I'm going to mix the sour cream, and again I just need about 8 ounces, which is a cup. So that's about it. So I'm going to cook these together and mix them well. I'm going to taste it real quick to see if I need to add salt. Nope, it's perfect. And once it's all mixed together, I'm going to add my chicken back into the pot. and mix that well. And I'm gonna let that cook for about 5 minutes. In the meantime, I'm turning the oven on at 350. So I don't really need to let it cook for too long because the chicken is already cooked. And all I have to do now is add Ritz crackers all the way on top, a good layer of Ritz crackers. Okay. And now I'm just putting this in the oven for about 10 minutes, that's it. Just enough to brown the crackers a little bit. And once the crackers are a little brown and a little bit cooked, you know, a little bit crunchier, that's it, you're done, just serve it. We'll have Edward test it for us. What I'm going to do right now, I've already cleaned all of this while the chicken and, you know, all the creams were cooking. I'm going to prepare cornbread. I'll make it in another Corning Ware, and then we'll probably have green vegetables to go with the casserole, and that's about it. Try this, tell me. Blow on it, it's hot. It's hot.
Not bad.
Aren't you burning yourself?
No.
Teenagers, I don't get it. You can eat like scorching hot food. So you like it?
It's not bad.
It's too hot, you're gonna burn yourself.
How about we wait for it to cool down? That might help. How about we wait for it to cool down? That might help.
Oh,
Are you afraid of
finish
food
it?
now?
Here. Blow on it.
Why does it look like pot pie?
It does look like pot pie, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah,
I got cornbread in the oven too.
that's great.
Oh, you want seconds now, huh?
Uh-huh. It's not bad.
I gotta go to the store though,
How's
before
it?
they close.
Tastes like pot pie.
Does it really? Well, that's good. You like pot
Yeah,
pie.
it tastes like pot pie.
All right, let me try it. Oh my God, this is so good.
You're gonna have it for dinner or another
I
salad?
can't have it. I'm not having. I'm having a salad.
I've had a lot of chicken today.
Yeah, come on, everyone.
What are you talking about? You had roast beef sandwich
Plus this.
with your hands.
Yes.
Your arm.
Okay, so here we go. Here's the Ritzy chicken. This is what it looks like, and it's delicious. We really, really like it. I love this. This is gonna get cleaned out, and it will look like brand new again because it's Corning Ware. So I got another 5 minutes or so on the cornbread. I'm doing the jiffy, you know. I'm telling you, you don't have to overthink dinner. This was pretty easy. Now, you don't have to do what I did where I cooked the chicken on the bone. You can buy pre-cooked chicken. That makes it even faster. Or you can buy breasts that are not on the bone and cube them and cook them first, and then you add all the rest of the ingredients. I like to do it this way because I feel that cooking it on the bone gives you a little bit added flavor. And what are you doing?
And a drink.
Oh, okay. It gives it a little bit added flavor, and I just think it's better that way. And then with the onions in it, a little bit of parsley, and cooking it in the butter, definitely delicious. So this is done. I'll have leftovers for tomorrow, and that'll be it. So I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Tell me down below if you want me to do more vintage recipes coming from the church ladies. This is wholesome. This is as old school as it gets. I'll talk to you later, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye. Hey, it's me, and guess what? Click that thumbs up if you really like this video. Thumbs down twice if you didn't. You can also share my video if you really liked it, or save it to watch later. Also, you can subscribe to my channel, but don't forget to click that bell button so you are always notified when I post a new video. Thank you for watching.